Hi, my name is Dominic Bender and I'm in dire need of a haircut. Also, I want to do some woodworking videos, because that's what got me into woodworking in the first place. I learned a lot from them, so maybe I'm hoping there's something to be learned from my mistakes. Let's get to it. Another thing I should mention is that I'm not a professional. I do this as a hobby for now, and I don't have any background in woodworking. Everything I learned comes from YouTube videos and my own experience based on them. Trial and error, mostly. So, the best thing I can tell you regarding safety: only do something you feel comfortable with, and don't do something because you see somebody else doing it. Basically, your health is your responsibility. Finally, I want to mention that since I've subscribed to several other woodworkers on YouTube, anything I do is at least to some extent inspired by what they have put up. So, if it's the case, I want to give credit where credit's due, and I put links in the description of this video. Well, that's about it for introduction. If you're still with me, let's make these wooden tulips. Just one more thing. I already shot this video, in a sense, making this, but I decided to shoot it again, making a larger one, so I can iron out some of the mistakes I think I made in the first video. Still, I might use some footage from the first video, shot with another camera, and, well, just to explain any difference in experience you might experience. Let's go. I didn't have a piece of wood in the proper dimensions for the tulips, so here I'm gluing up two slabs, two leftovers, and I think there are enough videos around about glue up, so I don't need to get into detail. In case you're wondering, the workbench I'm using is a piece of plywood on my router table and some plastic foil to prevent the glue from sticking. Here I'm removing the clamps. This is the smaller piece, here's the larger one for the larger tulips, and I attach the template using spray adhesive. Over at the bandsaw I'm cutting out one side of the template, trying to make sure to stay close to the line. I could stay a bit off the line and sand it later, but this is supposed to be a rather rustic piece, so I really can't be bothered. As you can see, I didn't really bother to cut the piece to proper dimensions, but there's one flaw in the design I'm using here, which you'll see in a moment. The templates in the descriptions have been updated accordingly, so this shouldn't happen to you. What I'm actually talking about is that you're bound to rip one side of your template in place, cutting out this side of the piece, so here I already ripped it off. And to cut down on the thickness of wood I have to cut through, I'm going to cut this larger cutoff in the background in half and reattach the template to it. This may not be necessary, it would have worked either way, but this way I can save a little scrap and make it a little easier for me to cut. Now I'm attaching this piece with double-sided tape, and I found that the tulip is actually rather stable if you hold it down to the bandsaw table. Here I'm using spray adhesive again to attach the template, trying to align it, something which you should not have to do with the improved templates in the description. So I'm cutting out again, and just a small warning. As you can see here, it's easy to have your fingers in the forked part of the tulip. When you get around to it, the bandsaw blade will be there as well, so make sure your fingers are gone when you get to that part. I intend to do a follow-up video for this with the finished bouquet, but I don't know how long that will take, and truth be told, I'm just a little impatient. So, here I'm finishing the cut, then remove the template and overthrow the belt sander, which looks ridiculous at that speed, but it's not very interesting actually. So keep on sanding to get the look you want. You can even leave it as it comes from the bandsaw. I took a little 180 grit sandpaper to it, and there we go. So here we are, large and small. I'm going to make a bunch of these, drill a hole down in the center. They should stand up well on the drill press table, if we have such a thing. And then I'm going to use a dowel, wooden one, obviously, and turn it into a nice flower you can put into a pot or something. You can leave them as they are, can put some lacquer on it, or just have your kids paint them. I think they make a nice spring decoration. Let me know how they are doing for our first YouTube video. Anything else? I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, although I can't promise anything as of this moment. I'm still learning, and sometimes I think I should be writing a script to work off, to cut down on the number of takes it takes to see what I mean. Anyway, I think I'll do a follow-up once I've got them finished, a little bouquet or something. You can find the template in the description. You can, if you want to, scale them up or down to fit the lumber you have. For anything else, like the video if you like it, leave a comment if you feel so inclined, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.